Hey guys, we'll be playing a 15-2 on Lichess against someone rated 2142. So I'm thinking about playing my bishop here and just castling real quick. Although, what I like in this position right now is that his bishop here has already been developed, so it's probably not going back here to pin the knight. So I could try to put my bishop somewhere else. It's just that I don't really know where to put it other than here. So yesterday we were playing another 15-2, and after 10 moves I had spent 7 minutes and a half, and I was short on time the whole game, and in the end it was a draw. But you know, by the 40th move I was playing like every move I had to gain on my 2 seconds increment, and the game lasted for like 60 moves. So today we're gonna try to avoid that. So if I capture, they can simply take back with the bishop. So I've basically helped their development. If I don't do anything, if they capture, then I can always capture with my knight, attacking the bishop, gaining a tempo. I don't think they're gonna capture though. Knight c3's coming. Let's castle. Something interesting could be rook e8, probably bishop e2, and then pawn takes pawn. I don't have to capture the pawn, because anyway, let's say I capture the pawn, he castles, then my pawn is under attack again, and I'm not sure how to defend it once more. I could try bishop e6. That pawn would probably be weak the whole game, although it's tempting. Let's try it. So now if they capture back, I have discovered attacks with my bishop. I'm not saying that they're useful right now. Actually, I don't think that they're quite useful yet, but it's something to keep in mind. So now the question is, do I try to hold onto that pawn? Do I want to try to play bishop e6 here? You know, bishop e6, queen here. I could try knight here. Or let go of the pawn altogether. we'll try to hold on to it for a few moves, and then if it doesn't work, we'll let it go. I'm not gonna go crazy trying to hold on to it, or at least I'm not gonna try to go crazy. I'm gonna try not to go crazy. So if they retreat their bishop, let's say here, one thing that I could try to do is try to swap the knights and then go b5. This weakens my whole queen side, and also nothing guarantees that I'm not going to lose that pawn anyway at some point, because it's still weak, right? And also maybe I'm fighting too hard to keep it. If I destroy my whole position in trying to hold on to that pawn, then maybe I haven't achieved much. So just a reminder that this bishop is attacked now and unprotected. So I'm assuming that they're gonna protect their bishop some way or another, maybe retreat. This is 9% beer, by the way. Cheers, guys. So let's assume he retreats. Do I really want to exchange the knights and then play b5? At some point I could try to play bishop b7. This diagonal is going to be both weak and possibly a good diagonal for me. Let's say if I can try to put my queen there, bishop here. At some point. I could also try to pile up on the d pawn myself. Let go of the pawn and try to pile up on this pawn. So let's say bishop f6, knight c6. Once this knight moves, my queen is going to attack the pawn. I have to be careful though, because this entails that I'm not going to trade the knights, because they can always capture with the b pawn. So if I don't trade the knights, then knight b5 could be bothersome. Let's say I get in knight c6 at some point and then they play knight b5, and this knight for some reason is not there anymore. Let's say it retreated here on b5, on b6, then it's very annoying. Okay. So now I'm assuming bishop takes pawn, knight c6. At some point what we'll try to do is try to play bishop here and then rook here, trying to pile up on the pawn. I'm not going to get to do that. So if I play b5 here, then this falls to the pretty obvious bishop f3. So this pawn is going, and not only is it going, but then my f7 square is very weak. Some options that I have are rook d8. So let's say rook d8, bishop takes pawn, queen takes pawn, bishop takes pawn check, or knight takes. Oh, knight takes could be interesting. I could try to play bishop e6. Bishop e6, bishop takes pawn. My queen has to go somewhere. I can try to move my queen first and maybe retreat my rook here then. I can always try to put my queen there, attacking the bishop and moving out of the way, and then preparing maybe bishop e6. I'll try it. Although already after 11 moves my position is shaky. Rook e1, that's, well, let's say they move and I try to, well, I'm not, okay, so I have to forget about that pawn. So let's say they move here. This is coming, and this pawn still hangs once the knight moves. So many threats in there, in the air. I can never play this move yet, at least. What about knight c6? Can I play knight c6? Knight c6, bishop f3. My plan was queen takes pawn, but then they can always throw in a little bishop takes knight, attacking my rook, and my queen now would be unprotected, so I would have to do something. What I would do is probably exchange queens and then my rook is attacked. Well, both rooks would be attacked, so I can't play that. Maybe bishop d6, trying to capture the knight and also protecting this pawn. Bishop f3 scares me a little bit. Well, you know what? If I play here, bishop f3, then my queen is kind of trapped. If I go here, then they can go here, x-raying my bishop, but well, I guess I would survive. My queen would have to move here, and they can continue to press on it. With pawn moves, I would have to retreat. in some awkward spot. So let's assume that bishop f3 is coming. Is there anything that I can do that's acceptable? Move my rook here, preparing queen takes pawn is decent. So they would play that. And then I guess I'd be stuck with this. Well, I can't see much better now than that. Maybe there is. Let's try it. So bishop takes pawn. I would probably try bishop e6. Bishop f3. Queen takes pawn. So we had intended bishop e6. We can always try to throw in like a rook move, but you know, with the bishop, it comes with check, so it's hard to see how I can manage something that's worthwhile. Let's play this. So now I'm stuck with an isolated pawn, and also this pawn is still attacked. Once the knight moves, obviously. They have a weak center pawn, but next move they can simply retreat their bishop to their knight to knight f3, both attacking the pawn and adding a defender to the d pawn. And then maybe the rook move would be coming. So it's not looking fantastic. Material wise we're okay, but I don't think that they can do anything. They could have tried maybe queen b3, but I don't know. Okay, so now what I thought was they're gonna play knight f3, right? So this would become attacked, and they would add a defender to the d pawn, and also rook e1 becomes a threat. Well, it still is, but this pawn would hang if they played it right now. They can try queen b3. Maybe try to give up the pawn. Okay, so I thought that this was not possible. Maybe it is. I really thought it wasn't. So let's say queen takes pawn, queen takes, rook takes, and then knight f3. My rook here would be attacked, and this pawn is also attacked, and this pawn would be attacked by the rook. So I can't defend all three components, so maybe they're not dropping much. Do I have anything better though than to play rook takes? Maybe I could queen takes. Maybe I could play queen here, eyeing both these squares. The thing is that once their knight moves, then they can try to attack my queen again. And also this pawn would still be unprotected. So which is better? Queen takes, rook takes, knight f3 I'm assuming. Attacking the rook, freeing this. I could try this move, attacking the pawn. And then maybe retreat here. Oh no. Well, maybe I can try to put my rook here. They capture here. Knight move, freeing my rook. Let's try it. Okay, so this was played rather quickly. So if I play bishop here in order to block this square, they could try to make a rook move here, and then my bishop is trying to block the way and also protect my rook. So that would be pretty bad. But I think... Okay, so they're attacking this too. If they get their queen there, then this hangs. Is there any way that I can protect everything? I tried to play my knight here, but then they can still play this here, and once I move, they can capture here, and then this goes undefended. Maybe bishop here, or bishop here, bishop here. Oh no, okay, so this rook has to be defended still. Rook here, queen takes. The knight has to move somewhere, and wherever it goes, I don't think it's to a nice cozy place. So I think I'm losing material here. Oh, I could try this. So bishop here, if queen, king moves, look, queen moves, king moves. If the queen ever goes back here, let's say, then they're threatening check here, check here. Nothing too good for me. But if I'm going to lose a piece or a rook... Okay, so bishop here, they can always stay here, and then it's not too clear what I can do. Oh, I can try to retreat my queen. Okay, so let's try this. This is losing, by the way. I'm pretty sure it's losing. I'm holding on by a thread, and I don't think that I'm gonna make it too far. So if queen takes here, I think I'll just go queen d5, hoping that they exchange queens, and then just try to hold on to the game. My position wouldn't be so bad in that situation. They could have annoying moves like rook here, then my queen has to move somewhere. Let's say, you know, for the sake of example, let's say that I capture this pawn. They could maybe try to sacrifice here, removing my bishop. Maybe. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. So as soon as the queen moves, knight here with check is a threat. I can always, you know, for the time being, I can try to capture it. So let's say that they retreat. If I capture it, they could throw in an in-between move. Rook here. And then I think I have to let my queen go. Okay, so let's say they move here. I do this. Let's say they move their rook there. Now they're attacking both my queen and my rook. There's no squares, no safe squares where my queen can move to protect the rook. And if my rook goes, my king goes. So, either I move my queen on this file, or I capture the rook. Or I just let my queen there for the taking. Okay, so different move order, probably the same problem. Maybe the same problem. So let's say I capture here, queen there. Now my bishop is pinned. And they're threatening knight check. If I move my queen here, knight check, my rook, sorry. Okay, so if I don't move my queen, I'm gonna lose on the position, material, whatever. So I have to move my queen. I just don't know where to move it. I'll move it there so that at some point, if I have the time, I'm gonna try to move this pawn so that my rook becomes protected. Okay, so now they're threatening this. They're adding time to my clock. Probably because they're in the lead, so they know that they're gonna win. So obviously the threat is knight check, and I don't think I can do anything about it. If I move here, they come in anyway, and I can't capture back. Or can I? Well, maybe I can. They're giving me time, I might as well use it, right? So I'm looking at rook here now, trying to find out whether it works or not. So let's say they do that, I capture, they capture. Right here maybe. Well, it's pretty much losing anyway, right? Okay, let's give it up. So let's just try to see. So basically we'll look at the score, but okay, so the score was pretty much done. So you see the computer move here was that what I was trying to look at is whether I could survive, let's say this. Can I survive this? And well, okay, so apparently I can't, but even if I could, you know, like this position right now is so awful. So I basically stopped there because I thought if we get there, there's no way that I'm gonna survive this. And you know, let's say that I do survive. I'm down like a rook now, I think. So okay, I'm down in exchange. So let's look back in the game quickly. Okay, so here it wasn't a good move. The best move was bishop e6. Let's say I do play bishop e6. So the computer is trying to hold on to the pawn, basically. Okay, so here was another mistake. So here, okay, so bishop e6 was better. I was trying to avoid this because I didn't want to mess up my pawn structure, but maybe I should have. So another blunder. Okay, so here the score went back to 1.1. I didn't see the queen move here. What I saw was this. And this is obviously much better. I'm not sure why I didn't see it. And you know, at this point, it's just... So here, okay, so the rook move here was better. So what I thought was that they were going to capture. And then what do I do? Do I lose a piece? Okay, yeah, so I lose yet another pawn. Okay. Well, anyway, so this was pretty much over. So thanks guys for watching. Sorry for losing. And I'll see you guys later.